I'm only getting started.
Hello there, everyone. Here we have Charles here in the hosting, and he's going to tell us a little bit more about raw food lifestyle and why he likes it and how long he done it, and let's see. So, when did you become interested into?
I started getting into raw foods back in 2006, approximately. I was a lot heavier than I am now. I was about 40 pounds heavier, which is not a lot, but it's a lot for my frame. And I was pretty sick all the time. I was always visiting the doctor.
Yeah.
I was on a lot of prescription meds.
Wow.
I had acid reflux. I had constant migraine headaches. I had high cholesterol. I had like a heart murmur.
My gosh.
I had liver disease, which I actually didn't even know about until very recently. My doctor told me, "Oh, did you know you had liver disease back then?" I really didn't know that.
Wow.
So yeah, it was quite a few things. And at some point, my doctor, I was getting a physical, and he said, "You know, by the time you're 40, you're gonna have diabetes one day."
Oh my gosh.
So something just sort of clicked in, and that, and plus seeing the movie Super Size Me had a huge impact on my life. And I slowly started eating better. I started Googling ingredients. Like I would pick up something out of my shelf. Like, okay, what is this? And I would Google it. I'm like, oh, this is disgusting. I don't want this at all.
Yeah.
So I eliminated it from my diet, and that's how I slowly started doing it. I would just look at an ingredient, and partially hydrogenated cottonseed oil. I would Google that. This is disgusting. It turns your blood into concrete. It's horrible. So I would not eat any foods that didn't have that ingredient. So it forced me to slowly eat better. I wasn't eliminating, like I didn't say I'm not going to eat hot dogs anymore. I just said I'm not going to eat foods that have this ingredient or this ingredient. No more sodium nitrates. No more high fructose corn syrup. And that was a slow evolution. So eventually I started eating better. I started eating more organic. I was juicing a lot too. So I started losing some weight and I was feeling a lot better. And eventually, like, I didn't take my Nexium anymore, which is the purple pill for the acid reflux.
Okay.
Didn't need that anymore. I had to cut that out. And so
amazing.
Overall, I started feeling better. And then I remember I saw there was a video for Storm and Gingy. They have their raw family out west.
Yes.
And I ordered their DVD, and I was like, wow, this is really amazing. And then I saw Alyssa Cohen's website, all her raw food recipes. Like, wow, raw food is really interesting. So I started to give it a shot, slowly. I didn't jump right into it. It was a slow process. But eventually I got to the point where I was almost 100% raw.
Wow.
Well, and it had me feeling pretty good.
Storm is the 63-year-old guy.
Yes.
Yeah, so check that out. I will put the link down below too. Okay, so what year was that when you
That was late 2000. Well, I started eating better in late 2005. Slowly making that transition. I started dabbling in raw in late 2006, early 2007. And then I went to a raw food meetup in Central Park, and I met a lot of people that way. And I became more immersed into the scene, and here I am a few years later, and I'm still mostly raw. I'm not 100% anymore. I'm not as dogmatic as I used to be, but still mostly raw. Feeling pretty good.
Great. Do you have any still conditions or diseases or you right now treated clean?
Right now I'm feeling pretty good. I actually put on a little bit of weight, which I need to take off because I've been eating too much damn nut butter. But, yeah, I'm feeling fine.
Okay, so what's your daily menu basically consists of?
I do try to get in a juice every day if I can. I need to up that because I used to juice myself. Nowadays I work 2 jobs and I don't have time to juice for myself.
Right.
But back then I was making like 45 ounces of juice a night and drinking that. Now I run over to Organic, which is a store downtown in Tribeca, and I get a 16-ounce juice that way. I try to have a salad. I feel it's very important to get your greens in as much as possible.
And that's important, the greens, especially at the healing phase, when you're starting and when you switching to raw foods like this movie, Fat, Sick and Nearly Dead. So that really shows that. Okay.
And a big part of that too is and you don't have to be worried about I hear people saying all the time, oh, I can't be raw. I can't be all raw.
Right.
Like, did you ever eat an apple? Then you're raw. It's not something where it's an all or nothing thing. If you eat an apple, you're being raw. If you have an orange, you're being raw. If you have a banana, you're being raw. So don't think like, oh, I have to be 100% raw. Just try to incorporate more of it into your diet as possible. The more you eat, the better off you're going to be. Exactly. You get a lot of the, especially a lot of the watery fruit, stuff like melons. I feel like it's so healing to get that, all those nutrients and enzymes in that. Very good.
Okay, so thank you, Charles.
Thank you, Jolita. You're very brilliant.
Thanks. So see you in the next video. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.
I'm only getting started.